Is it pure smriti? Is it pure smriti? Smriti na annachu, and all illa artham. What you remember is not there. If I say I remember you, it's dangerous. So therefore, smriti means that vastu should not be here. Therefore, aham cannot be a smriti vishaya. Thank God we are still. That we ever will be. Anyway. Okay. Now can you say that the early morning, first when you say aham, do you understand as a new one? Till yesterday it was not there. Oh, there is such a person called I. As a fresh baby, do you perceive yourself as a new one? No, therefore it is not a new cognition also. It is not even jnanam, not even smriti. But then how do you see yourself that I who went to bed yesterday with a headache or with a lot of problems or having a nice day have now got up fresh or tired or whatever it might be. Therefore I get up. Therefore I refer to as the yesterday's I obtaining now. Therefore frog aswapsamiti prabodha samaye yaha. That's why Shankaracharya carefully uses yaha pratyabhijnayate. Frog aswapsam, the one who slept before, saha is the one who is awake now, aham. Saha prajnaha eva aham vishwaha. Saha susuptaha eva aham jagarta or jagarmi. So, there is a continuity between the I of this present moment, the I of the Sushuptyavastha, the I of the yesterday, the I of the day before, which proves the continuity of one aham. Balyadiswapi, jagradadisu tatha sarvasvavastaswapi, vyavrittasvanu vartamanam ahamityanta sphurantam sada. It is only because of the continuity aham pratyabhijna is possible. Okay. On the other hand, suppose the aham of yesterday is different from the aham of today, what would have happened? Suppose aham of the last Friday, on AdvaitaMakaranda class, aham is different from this AdvaitaMakaranda student. Aham enna ungalku onna ahadu, enakku tha ella aham. For me, there will be a problem. I can refer to the past class and you also refer back. That is why we call it paramarsha. So you also make a reference to the past and with that reference you remember the present. And that's why saha ayam iti paramarsha. So if that were not there, you cannot remember anything. Every day will be a new day. And today padichutu oru prayojanam illa. Today you study, no benefit also. Why? Tomorrow is less. So only you have to study that much. What is useful for, that is useful for today, because what is yesterday will not be available today, and what is today will not be available for tomorrow. And therefore, if the eyes were different, the eyes were different, then vyavahara would have been impossible, and therefore we come to know that aham is continuous. And continuous means nasharahitaha. Therefore, aham swataha nasarahitaha pratyabhijnanat vyatirekena gatavat. Because Atma ki drishtantame kadayadu. Therefore we have to go, unlike a pot, I do not have nasha. Okay, now here there are some Purva Bhaksha also. Anyway, I will tell you that also. Now he says there is one Kshanika Vijnanavadi. He says it need not be so. See, the Ganges is flowing and you see the Ganges, you saw the Ganges last year and you see the Ganges this year, and do you have Paramarsha or not? Sa Ganga eva iyam yam Gangam Gatavarse aham apashyam sa Ganga eva idanim aham anubhavami atyanta shitatvena mungirke. So I have different aham anubhavami. So here we get the paramarsha, and there seems to be a continuity. But the continuity is apparent because it is not the same Ganges, but it is the water of the last year. Why last year? Last minute itself is not there. Therefore, it is only an apparent continuity. Kshanika Vijnanavadi says. Similarly, aham also, yesterday's aham is not today's aham. But the aham is so constantly coming. When you have got Ghatajnanam, there is a Ghatajnana Jnata aham or Ghatajnata aham. When Patajnanam, there is a Patajnata. When Manushya Jnanam, there is a Manushya Jnata. And the knowers constantly flow. And it happens so quickly, 1/16th of a second. 1/16th, don't think that Kshanika Vijnanavadi says like that. Therefore, the Jnata, the aham is continuously flowing, that it appears like that. That's Kshanika Vijnanavadi argues. What will be our answer? It cannot be true because if the Ghatajnata is different from Patajnata, then memory is not possible. Ghatajnata will not know Patam, Patajnata will not know Ghatam. Therefore, the memory is possible only if the continuity is real. In seeming continuity, memory is not possible. And therefore, naswataha pratyabhijnanat. Okay, and what is the second method of destruction? I said, anya samyogat. So when something joins something, collision, an accident or a fall, in all of them, something destroys the other. That is also not possible, he says. So, Atma nasarahitaha, that is anya samyoga nimitta nasarahitaha. What is the reason? Niramshatvat. Vyatirekena or akashavati. Akashavirkolya. Atma cannot be destroyed by contact with someone because Atma is niramshaha, niravayavaha. Because the law is like this. Whenever there is a contact, the contact is possible only between two parts of two things, or two limbs of two things alone get contacted. The neck of a pot and the tip of a rope may come into contact when you tie a rope on the neck. Similarly, when you contact another person, you can shake hands, you contact through your hand. Or you can embrace, or you can do anything in which one part of your body comes in contact with another part of the other person. Therefore, contact is between avayava and avayava. Therefore, savayavayoho eva samyogaha. So, contact is between two limbed objects, two objects with parts. So therefore, if any one of them is niramshaha, between two things, either both are niramsha or even one of them is niramshaha, sambandha is not possible. What is the example? Akasha ghatayoho iva. Between akasha and pot, can you have some kind of a tie? Tie akasha to the pot. Try pannu paarenga. So, is a combination between space and any object possible? It is not possible. Why? Because the space does not have any avayava. And therefore, akasha ghatayoho iva. Atma and anything else also cannot come in contact, because Atma also is like what? Akashavati niravayavatvat. Atma also being niravayava, like Akasha. Okay. So therefore, niramshatvat. That is why even when somebody uses a club or a stick to hit another person, with the club he can hit only one part of the body, hit the head, hit the hand, hit the chest or something. But can he use a club for the space? He wants to beat the space and kill. So it is not possible. Therefore, laguda samyogat ghatanashaha. Similarly, lagudam na stick nartam. Our gada samyogat ghatanashaha, or our head nashaha. But laguda samyogat akasha nashaha na sambhavati. Vai akashasya lagudena samyogaha eva na sambhavati. It is not possible. Similarly, Atma also cannot have any sambandha. Therefore, that is not possible. Then what is the third possibility now? Ashraya nashat nashaha. Like what? As I said, for our living, for the body's living, for the body's survival, it requires food is one ashrayam. Isn't it? Roti, kapada, makan, food is an ashrayam. Jalam is an ashrayam. Oxygen is ashrayam. All these ashrayams are there. If any one of them is destroyed, that's why now new methods or chemical weapons are discovered. What they do is, they put some gas. In that area, the air will be polluted. What will you do? The whole area, Madras city or Bombay city, They just burst a bomb full of chemical things, and it will react with the atmosphere, and the whole oxygen will become carbon dioxide or monoxide or something. Then what will happen? Why? How did we die? Okay, how do the people die? It is only because ashrayaha, the oxygen, is gone or polluting the water. All these things are, what is that, embargo. Food will not go. These are all war strategy, because in war, what is the aim? Nashaha. So therefore, they remove the ashraya. Similarly, Atma also can be destroyed by ashraya nasha. Thus the Purvapakshi may think. Now he says, na ashraya vinashat me vinashaha. Ashraya vinasha nimitta nashaha me na. I, the Atma, do not have the destruction caused by the destruction of the support. Because one may think Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Therefore Bhagavan ka Ashraya Hriddesha. Therefore transplant the heart, remove the heart. Ashraya Nache Sati Bhagavan Nashto Bhavati. Because Ishvara is in our body, you know. Because house is gone. Ishvara becomes a refugee. No, it is not so. For Ashraya Vinashat me Nashaha na. What is the reason? Anashrayat. Because Atma does not have any ashrayam. So ashraya nasha nimitta nashaha na asti anashrayat vyatirekena ghatavat. Ellathukkum vyatireka drishtanam na. Or brahmavat idu sollana. That is what they do. When they talk about Brahman, Atmavati, they say. When they talk about Atman, Brahmavati, they say. That way also we can say. So therefore, all three types of nashas are not there. Therefore, Atma should be what? Parisheshat. If nasha is not there, it should be nityam, amrutam. So from this shloka, what do we establish? Atma nityaha. Trividha nasha abhavat brahmavati. This moonu chetitina ennahum Atma nityaha trividha nasha abhavat brahmavati. Okay. அப்படி ஒரு அனுமானம். இப்படி அனுமானத்திலேயே போகணும். You have to travel through அனுமானம் itself. Okay. Then what is the next அனுமானம்? So this one I need not translate. Listen, you can understand. Atma nityaha trividha nasha abhavat brahmavati. Then the next anumanam is Atma Brahma nityatvat. Nityam established பண்ணியாச்சு. So now that you have established nityam, now you can say what? Atma Brahma nityatvat vyatirekena ghatavati. Okay. So first you establish nasarahityam, next you establish nityatvam, next you establish brahmatvam. Nasarahitya, nityatva, brahmatva. Okay, continuing. Nashosha plosha vikleda chedaschinna bhaso mama satyairapyanilagnyam bhaha shastraih kimuta kalpitaih. So in the last shloka, he dismissed Trividha Nashaha. The first one was Swataha Nashaha, second one was Samyogad Nashaha, the third one was Ashraya Nashad Nashaha. Of these three, the second one was what? Samyogad Nashaha. That second one he is elaborating a little bit. Atmanaha Samyoga Nimitta Nashaha Nasti. That he is explaining. Okay. Samyoga means what? Association. The association can be with what? He says, you can get associated with any one of the four elements alone can destroy you. Isn't it? Either Vayu can destroy a person, or Agni can destroy a person, or Jalam can destroy a person. So the air, the fire, the water, or the earth can destroy a person. It can be earthquake, or something falling, or even when weapons destroy, weapon belongs to what? Earth's modification alone. When a car accident, the car destroys, car also is what? Earth's modification alone. For all weapons belong to earth, therefore earth can destroy, or water, or fire, or Vayu, the air. Akasham cannot destroy anyone. Okay. Now here he wants to say that the Atma cannot be destroyed by all the four elements. Atma cannot be destroyed by all the four elements. And what is the reason? Because Atma is Akasha Tulyaha. Atma is like this space. Chinnabhaha. I am space-like awareness. Aham Chinnabhaha Asmi. Chidambaraha Asmi. I am space-like awareness, and therefore I cannot be destroyed by the four elements. And here he puts a beautiful expression. Now, even if you take the four elements to be Satyam, he says four elements are Mithya. He says, I will agree temporarily that the four elements are Satyam. Even if the four elements are Satyam, they cannot destroy me, which is like an Akasha. So, Satya Bhutaihi api aham na nashyaha. I cannot be destroyed even by real elements. Then what to talk of? False elements. Ada Paramavar. First we will take up this. Okay. What is the purpose of saying this? He has got something in view. See, you take the Pancha Bhuta. The Akasha is there. Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi. And you know, all the five elements enjoy the same degree of reality. Akasha also is Vyavaharika Satyam, and Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi also is what? Vyavaharika Satyam. Therefore, both of them enjoy, or all of them enjoy, the same degree of reality. And therefore, from the angle of space, Vayu, Agni, etc. are real only. We can say something is mithya only from Brahman standpoint, but from the space standpoint, all four elements are real. And what do we see? Even the real air, a real fire, a real water, and the real earth is not able to destroy the Akasha. Can the fire burn the Akasha? No. It is not able to destroy the Akasha, even though it enjoys the same degree of reality. I hope you are getting the point. So the four elements are not able to destroy the Akasha itself, even though the four elements enjoy the same degree of reality as Akasha. Okay. Similarly, even if you attribute Paramarthika Satyam to the four elements, he says, even if the four elements have got the Paramarthika Satyam, they cannot destroy the Atma, which belongs to the same degree of reality. Even if the only temporary acceptance. So, Samasattakam api. So, even if the four elements enjoy Paramarthika Satyam, they cannot destroy me, the Paramarthika Satyam. Like what? Previous example, even if the four elements enjoy Vyavaharika Satyam, they are not able to destroy the Vyavaharika Satya Akasha. Similarly, even if the four elements enjoy Paramarthika Satyam, they will not be able to destroy me. But what is the fact now? They do not even enjoy Paramarthika Satyam. Paramarthika Satyam irundalum onnu panna mudiyadhu. They cannot destroy me because I am space-like. So therefore he says, Satyaihi api aham na nashyaha kim uta kalpitaihi. Okay. Now you see this sloka, Purim Barango. Chinnabhasaha mama. For me, who is the space-like awareness, the destruction in these forms, like what? Shosha. Shosha means what? Drying up. The destruction in the form of drying up by the air. Vayuna Shoshanam. Drying up by the air. By the air we will see later. And Ploshaha. Burning by the fire. By the fire we will see later, it will come. Then Vikledaha. Drowning. Literally Vikledaha means wetting. By wetting nobody gets died. Nobody dies. So wetting means drowning by the water, because of the water. Or Chedaha. Cutting by the earth. Earth means here weapons like sword, etc. So each one stands for one element. Shoshaha is for Vayu, because Vayu alone dries up things. Ploshaha means burning, referring to Agnihi, and Vikledaha refers to, that is drowning, refers to the Jalam, and Chedaha refers to Prithvi. Therefore all these four elements cannot bring out Shosha, Ploda, Plosha, Vikleda, Chedaha. All these four types of destructions, na asti. They are not there, na santi. For whom? Chinnabhataha mama.
So, chinna bhasaha, chinna elam padikadunga, chinna perisu elam kadiyadu. Chit, chinna basam elam sollu kadiyadu. It's not chinna basam, periya basam and all. Chit nabhasaha mama, for me who is space-like awareness. Okay? And these four types of distraction are by whom? Anila, Agni, Amba, Shastrai. With, I do not have the fourfold distraction. With Anila, the fire, the air. Agni, the fire. Ambaha, the water. And Shastraihi. It is continuously one word. After Ambaha, there is no gap. Ambashastraihi. Anilagnyambas Shastraihi, one word. Ambaha is Nabumsagam. Sakarandaha Nabumsagalinga Ambashabdaha. Okay. And the Shastraha means weapon. Weapon stands for which element? The earth element. Therefore, with these four elements, Satyaihi api, even if they are real, even if they are as much real as me, I am not afraid. Okay. Kimuta kalpitai. Then what to talk of? Mithya elements. Kalpitam na mithyanasam. Superimposed. So, how can there be distraction by false elements when real elements cannot touch me? And therefore what? Samyoga nimitta nashaha mayi na asti tasmad aham nitya eva. And therefore LIC illa idukku Atma kadayadu. Sharirathukku vaanam. So therefore remember, insurance is never for Atma, for me. Insurance for the company to survive. Because we have to support them perhaps. Otherwise we don't need any insurance at all. In fact, we are sarva ashrayaha vishwadharam. Okay. Continuing. Abharupasya is it? Correct. Abharupasya vishwasya bhanam bhasannidhervina kadachinava kalpeta bhachakam tena sarvagaha. Okay, here what is said very clear. Sarva gaha. So the all-pervasiveness of Atma is being pointed out, which is one of the Brahma Lakshanams. Remember, all the time Brahma Lakshanam we are establishing in Atma. Therefore, Brahma Lakshana Rupa Sarvagatatvam Atmani Vartate. Atma enjoys all-pervasiveness, which is a characteristic of Brahman. And therefore Atma Brahma. Ultimately, that alone we have to conclude. Atma Brahma, Brahma Lakshana Rupa Sarvagatattvasya Sattvat Brahmavate. Okay. And how does he establish? Very interesting logic he gives. See, when you know, when you have to know a thing exists, the existence is known only when that object is revealing its existence, when the object is shining, is available for knowledge. Therefore, when an object shines, when it is available for knowledge, knowability is there, then alone you can say the object is. For example, in this room, if it is midnight and there is no light, even if all of you are sitting in the hall, I won't know you are there, because you are all not shining to me. You are not available for me to know. When do you shine? You means what? Your body. The moment I switch on the light, the shining, the prakasha of the light pervades all of your body, and when your bodies are prakasham vyaptam, when the body is pervaded by the prakasha, the body also becomes what? Now prakasha sambandhat aprakashaha dehaha saprakasho bhavati. So aprakashaha dehaha, your body which do not shine by itself, becomes saprakashaha, begin to shine. Because of what? Prakasha sambandha, surya prakashaha va, deepa prakashaha va. Okay. But whereas the deepa, I know the deepa is there. And the deepa prakasha is because of which sambandha? If you ask, you cannot say it is because you are sitting in the hall. Your sambandha, you cannot say. Deepa prakasha is not prakasha sambandhate, but it is swaprakasha. So swaprakasha deepaha shines by itself. Aprakasha dehaha shines because of what? Prakasha sambandha. Deepa prakasha sambandha. Now these two statements you should remember throughout the discussion. Swaprakasha deepaha swayam bhati. The self-effulgent lamp is swayam prakashate. I will use the word prakashate itself. Swayam prakashate. Aprakasha dehaha. Dehaha aprakasham or swaprakasham? If dehaha has got prakasham, I will switch off the light and see. Padichudungo, unga prakashathile padichungo solluna. No. Why table lamp, headache and all. So therefore, aprakasha dehaha prakasha sambandhat prakashate. Okay. So from this, we can infer one thing. Wherever there is aprakasha vastunaha prakashaha, wherever an aprakasha vastu is shining, there must be what? Prakasha sambandha must be there. Wherever aprakasha vastu is shining, there must be prakasha sambandha. So now, if my body is shining now, without looking up, you can say what? In this hall there must be the light sambandha with any object. What is the proof? Because the non-shining body is now shining. That itself is the proof for the prakasha sambandha with the body. Okay. Now if this example is understood, now let us come to... Now when I say I am existing, how do I know I am there? How do I know? How come
aham jnanam takes place because of what? Jnana sambandhat, can you say? Aham jnanam. Is it because of jnana sambandha? It is not, because aham is jnana swarupaha. Therefore, I am shining not because of jnana sambandha, but because of jnana swarupa. So, aham jnanam or atma jnanam is swataha eva jnana swarupat. So, atma jnanam or aham jnanam is swataha eva because aham is jnana swarupaha. Okay. Now the next question is, how does ghata jnanam come? So how does ghata jnanam come? Is it because jnanam is there in ghatam also? If jnanam is there in ghata also, ghata jnanam also will be what? Ghatasya jnana swarupatvat ghata jnanam. No. Ghatasya jada swarupatvat. Ghatam means pot. A pot being jadam, inert. Whenever ghata jnanam is there, the jnanam should not belong to the pot, but it should be because of jnana sambandha. So, jata, that is jada rupa ghataha. Jnana sambandhat ghata jnana rupena prakashate. Okay, so the inert pot shines as pot knowledge because of the contact with knowledge, awareness. I shine as I knowledge, not because of contact with knowledge, but because knowledge is my nature. But pot shines as pot knowledge because of contact with knowledge. It requires contact with knowledge because, why it requires contact with knowledge? Because by itself it is inert. For in short, the entire universe, samastam jagate, jagat jnana rupena bhati chet, the entire universe shines as jagat jnanam, surya jnanam, chandra jnanam, manushya jnanam, vriksha jnanam. If the entire universe is shining as tat jnana rupena, yadi spurati, it is because of the jnanam in itself, or is it because of jnana sambandha? It should be because of jnana sambandhat jadam jagat prakashate. Okay, I'll just take one more minute and finish this topic. So, jnana sambandhat jadam jagat bhasate. And therefore, wherever you know an object, in every such object, what should be there? Jnana sambandha should be there. And therefore, what should be the location of jnanam? Where is the light in this room? Enga ukandirukku?
Wherever I am seeing you, you are pervaded by Prakasha Sambandha is there in every one of you. Therefore, Prakasha is Sarva Sambandha. Prakasha is Sarva Sambandha. Kasmat Sarvam Prakashate. Yasmat Sarvam Prakashate. Tasmate Prakasha Sarva Sambandha. Similarly, since everything in the creation is known, Jnanaha, Jnanam tu Sarva Sambandha Yasyaiva Spuranam Sadatmakam Asatkalparthakam Vasate. Therefore, Jnanam is Sarva Sambandha. So where is Jnanam? Sarva Gataha. More I will tell you in the next class. Abharupasya Vishwasya Bhanam Bhasannidhervina Kadachinnavakalpeta Bhachaham Tena Sarvagaha. In this shloka, the Sarvagatatvam of Atma is being established. And Sarvagatatvam happens to be, Sarvagatatvam means the all-pervasiveness, happens to be one of the Brahma Lakshanam. And since Sarvagatatva Rupa Brahma Lakshanasya Atmani Mayi Sattvat Aham Brahma. How do you prove that I am Sarvagataha? For this alone, he uses this peculiar and beautiful logic. Remember the example that if an aprakasha vastu, an object without light, must appear as though saprakasham. Yadi aprakasha vastu saprakasham iva bhasate, it is possible only because of prakasha sambandha. Vastu saprakasham iva bhasate, it is possible only because of prakasha sambandha. Yadi atad tadiva bhasate tad tat sambandhat iti nyayah. Aprakashaha saprakashaiva bhasate atad adu illadadu adu madri bhasikiradana. It must be pervaded by that. What is the example? Every object in this hall is now shining for me. Therefore, you are all what? Saprakashaha now. You are all shedding light on my eyes, according to science. But I know you are not saprakasha rupaha, you are by yourself aprakashaha, you are non-luminous, you are not shining by nature. But now you are appearing as though shining saprakashavat. It is only because prakasha sambandhat prakasha vyapya eva. And therefore,
wherever aprakasha vastu is shining, in all such places, prakasham must be pervading. This is the simple logic. Okay. Now, if this is clear, we will come to the original. The entire creation happens to be Jada Rupam, Aprakasha Rupam. Ghataha swayam na bhati, ghate jnanam na vartate. Ajnana janyatvat ghatasya, ajnana rupatvat ghatasya. Okay. And if the jnanam is not there in the ghata, pata, etc., then you can never know those objects. But we find that we are able to know every object which is inert in nature, which is jadam in nature. Therefore, if in the case of Ajnana Rupa Ghatam or Aprakasha Rupa Ghatam, Saprakashavati Bhasate, as Ghatajnanam, Patajnanam, etc., it is shining, it must be associated with what? Must be associated with Ghatajnanam. Sorry, associated with Jnanam. In the case of I, the Atma, how is the Atma Jnanam or Aham Jnanam takes place? How? There you cannot say Jnana Sambandhat. Why? In the case of I, you cannot say Jnana Sambandhat Aham Bhami. You cannot say, because I happen to be Jnana Swarupatvat. For me, Jnana Sambandham is not necessary because I happen to be Jnana Swarupam. But in the case of Ghatajnanam, Patajnanam, etc., since Jnanam is not the Swarupam of Ghata, Ghatajnanam is possible only because of Jnana Sambandha. So, when there is a pot, as long as the pot is not known, we can never say the pot is. And the moment you say the pot is there, what has taken place in your mind? Ghata, Jnanam has taken place. That means Jnana Sambandha is there for the pot. Similarly, when you say star is, you have got a star Jnanam. That means star has got Jnana Sambandha. Okay. But you should remember one thing. When I say Prakasha Sambandha on your body, you have Prakasha Sambandha only in one way, by way of the Prakasham pervading on you. Prakasha Vyaptya Prakasha Sambandha. Don't think that light is there and you are there. There is no gap between you and the Prakasham. There is a gap between you and the bulb. We are not talking of bulb here. There is no gap between you and the Prakasha. Every inch of your body is Prakasha Vyaptam. Maya tatamidam sarvam. And similarly, whenever Ghata Jnanam is taking place, don't imagine Ghatam is there and Jnanam is here. It is not that way. Jnanam is pervading the object. Nana Chidra Ghadodara Sthita Maha Deepa Prabha Baswaram Jnanam Yasyatu Chakshuradi Karanadvara Bahispandate. So the moment I say that I know you, just as Prakasham is pervaded on you, Similarly, when I say I know an object, Chaitanyam is pervading that object. And therefore, every object has got association with Jnanam. That's what he says here. Abha Rupasya Vishwasya Bhanam. Abha means what? Aprakashaha. Na vidyate prakashaha yasmin tat. எதுக்கு ஸ்வயமாக பிரகாசம் இல்லையோ அதுக்கு பேரு அபா. ந வித்யதே பா. பா மீன்ஸ் பிரகாசம். So, prakasham, 3 words. He makes it the shortest bha. Vidyaranya oda annava irukkaru. So, this Vidyaranya himself is well known for his short and cryptical, and he is still. For abha rupam, rupam means swarupam. So, aprakashaha or aprakashatvam eva rupam swarupam yasya vishwasya. Therefore, the universe is of the nature of aprakasha. It does not have knowledge by itself. So, here prakasha stands for chaitanyam or jnanam. That carefully note. Bha here stands for Chaitanya Prakasham, Jnana Prakasham. And what is it? The Vishwasya. Vishwa means the universe. The entire universe which does not have Jnanam or Chaitanyam of its own. That is Jada Rupa Prapanchasya ityartha. Why Prapancha is Jadam? LKG question, you know. Bhautikatvat. Prakritatvat. So since it is all born out of Prakriti, Prakriti being Jadam, or it is born out of Bhutas, Bhuta being Jadam, Bhautika Prapanchaha api Jada eva bhavitum yuktam. Okay. And this Abha Jagate, Abha Rupam Jagate is now shining as what? Bhanam. It is now shining Saprakasha Rupena Bhati as Gatajnanam, Manushya-jnanam, Patajnanam, etc. It's all shining in the form of Gatajnanam, etc. Okay, and this is not possible. How? Bha sannidhehe vina, without the association of light or chaitanyam. Sannidhihi means what? Association, presence. Literally, sannidhihi means presence. And that we should understand as Vyaptihi. Bha Vyaptim Vina, without being pervaded by consciousness, the pot itself cannot have consciousness. Therefore, if there is Gata Jnanam, Jnanam must have pervaded, been pervaded by the pot. Therefore, he says, he puts it in a double negative. So there is association with the universe, the association of the Chaitanyam with the universe he wants to say. But he puts in a negative way, without the association of the Chaitanyam, the world would not have been shining. So, Bhasannidehe Vina, without the association of consciousness, Na avakalpeta, it is not possible. What is not possible? Bhanam na avakalpeta. prapanchasya prakashaha navakalpeta, the world shining would not have been possible without the pervasion of consciousness. Kadachit. Kadachit means what? At any time. Never. Because sarvada jagataha jada rupatva. Not that sometimes the prapancha is there, current vandirukku, and sometimes it has gone to dark, then chaitanyam is necessary. No. It is all the time tamo rupatvat, tamas swabhavatvat. It is always without shining, and any time it is shining, it is only because of chaitanya prakasha alone. Kadachinna avakalpeta. Okay. So now, first point he established is what? That the universe, the inert universe is shining because of Chaitanya Vyapti. This is the first point. Then the second point he takes us here is, what is that Chaitanyam? What is that Chaitanyam? If we ask, in the whole creation, Chaitanyam for you is only one thing. And what is that? What is Chaitanyam? Don't look for it. You are the only Chaitanyam. Aham bha. Bhacha aham. How do you prove it? Summa Jana Varma. How do you prove that aham Chaitanyam? See, the universe required my contact for shining, but I don't require any contact for my shining. World is there or not, you are there or not, sambandham vina eva, without depending on any external principle, I am shining. So, swayam prakashamanatvat aham chaitanya rupaha. Whereas world is what? Natu swayam prakashaha mat sambandhena eva. Because of my association alone, the world shines. But I shine even without world's association. Sandeham irukko, sandeham irundha kanna moondu paarenga. If you have any doubt, close your eyes and see whether I am there or not. Konjam sandehama irukku. No, you know that I am there. But once I close the eyes, I can never say you are still sitting or you wanted to have a fun. Na kanna moodinda. When I close my eyes, all make a walkout. It is possible always. Therefore, when I close my eyes, I can never say whether you are sitting in the class or not. That means what? Your presence here requires my contact. But my presence here does not require your contact. Adhe madri neengalum sollaam. Don't get, you can also say that. My presence here does not require your contact. So, in short, swayam prakashaha is only I. So, swayam prakashamanatvat aham prakasha rupaha. So, yad swayam prakashate tat prakasha rupam. And that is only one Atma. And therefore, bhacha aham. So now, the second point is what? Aham prakashaha. First point is what? The aprakasha jagat is pervaded by prakashaha. Okay. The aprakasham jagat is pervaded by prakasha is the first point. And the second point is I am prakasha. 1 and 2 join together. Enna kadikam? Aprakasham jagat is pervaded by prakasha rupa aham. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Therefore, the inert universe is shining because of association with me. This is the essence of this shloka. The inert universe, the inert universe is shining because of the association with me. Me sonna? Don't take the body, because body comes within inert universe. Should not take the mind, because mind also falls within inert universe. So all these things fall within inert universe, and all of them get the shining from me. Therefore, where am I now? So in this hall, where is the light? You should ask. If I ask where is the light, what should you ask? Where is the light not? You should not answer that. Similarly, where are you? If somebody asks, you say, where am I not? In fact, because of me alone, everything is shining. Okay. Therefore, aham sarvagataha. Okay, continuing. Nahi bhanadrite sattvam narte bhanam chitochitaha chit sambhed chit sambandhopi nadhyasat rite te nahamadvayaha. Two readings are there in the second line. Some books, chit sambhedaha might be there, but Chinmaya Mission books, chit sambandha is there. Both are okay, but since sambandha is a well-known word, I would prefer sambandha. Not that the other is wrong, but this is easier. Okay. The next question is, how do you prove that the Chaitanyam is associated with every object in the world? There may be some objects beyond the mark, 20 million light years away. There may be so many unseen objects which might not have Chaitanya Sambandham. Therefore, Chaitanya Sambandham may be there with some objects, and there can be always Kannala padatadu solradhu. What does not fall within the Chaitanya Sambandha? How can you say that Chaitanyam is associated with everything? I cannot accept that. Thus the Purvapakshi may ask, then what will be our answer? That is the sloka, okay? Suppose there is an object without Chaitanya Sambandha. Let us assume that there is an object without Chaitanya Sambandha. That means what? X. Let us put as X. And if that Chaitanya Sambandha is not there, then X Jnanam is not possible. Because minus the jnanam, that jnanam will not be possible. So if there is a star so far, far, far away, if Chaitanya Sambandha is not there, that star jnanam, nakshatra jnanam is not possible. Then the question is, if that jnanam is not there, can you say such an object is there? Can you say any object is without knowing it? Try. Can you say any object is without knowing it? Jnanam vina astitvam sadhayitum shakyate nava. This is our question. Jnanam vina, without knowing an object, can you establish the existence of that object? It is never possible because existence is proved. The proof for existence is always preceded by the knowledge of the existence. Inga book irukanu kettadana, the moment say book is, just 1 second before, I am just putting a second, 1 second before saying the book is, what has happened? What has happened? Book knowledge. So book knowledge you get, and the moment the book jnanam comes, you say book asti. And I look behind, I get window jnanam, and then I say window is. Thus we go on knowing things, and the moment we know, we say it is. Therefore always isness is preceded by knowledge. Isness is preceded by knowledge. The proof, not that isness is preceded, chit and sat are one and the same, that is a different thing. But in understanding it, always the satta is established only by jnanam. Okay. Now let us see in the Vyatireka Mukhena also, in the other way around also. Now, do I have a horn? Otta kumbad, rendu vanda. Otta kumbu. Do I have at least one horn? You will say nasti. Why? Irundin irukatume. Why can't I have a horn? So suppose I say asti. Why do you negate its astitvam? Because you will say, if the horn were there, I would have known it. If the horn were there, I would have known it pratyakshenava or anumanena. Perhaps in certain windows I am not able to pass through. So something must be obstructing. So anumanenava, at least shabda pramanenava. No pramana reveals the existence of the horn, and therefore you do not have manushya shringa jnanam. Manushya shringa jnanasya abhavat manushya shringasya satta api nasti. If jnanam vina satta abhyupagamyate, if satta you accept even without knowledge, what will happen? Atiprasangat. Inga padalam confusion vandadum. So in this hall, how many people are there? 2,000. Sollu vikarome. Like the political meeting they give, you know. 4 per vandirpa, 25,000 per nodva. And suppose somebody else, you say 2,000, I can only gain the knowledge of, okay, whatever may be 80 or 70, suppose. What about the rest? Rest allam ajnana satta. Namukku theriyala ana iruka. Suppose, why can't you say? You won't accept because if they are there, you must have known it. So, ajnana satta na abhyupagamyate. You can never accept the satta of a thing without the knowledge of a thing. And therefore, whatever you know is, and since you know, it must be associated with jnanam. And since it is associated with jnanam, I should be pervading that. And since I pervade that, aham sarvagataha. Okay. That's what he says. Nahi bhanad rite sattvam. Without jnanam, bhanam means here experience or knowledge. Without knowledge, rite means without. Without knowledge of a thing, existence of a thing is not possible. Very terse and beautiful sloka. Okay. Then you may argue. See, in America there may be something. I don't know that. But still it is there, Angirkolio, that particular island. See, again, when you say, I don't know that, what do you mean by I? Look, you see, our problem is, we always jump like a monkey between I, the original, and I, the antahkaranam. Remember, when I say I don't know, what I mean is what? My antahkaranam. But if you say there is an island in a particular place, how do you say it is there? Because it has fallen within the antahkaranam of somebody. You have got a newspaper report that there is an island. And how did that newspaper report come? Because somebody has known it. And when somebody has known it, it falls within what? All Chaitanyam. And what is that Chaitanyam? Which is nothing but me. Therefore, either it falls within my awareness through my intellect, or it falls within my awareness through an American intellect, or Russian intellect, or in Swargaloka through Devendra's intellect. Remember, everything through varieties of intellects is falling within awareness alone. If a thing does not fall within any intellect in the world, you can never say it is. Just play with Vedanta. It has taken into account all possibilities. Therefore, everything falls within the awareness I alone. It might not fall within my limited intellect, within your limited intellect, but through various limited intellects or through God's intellect. And behind the God also, who is there? I am there, therefore safe only. Therefore, anything that is must fall within at least samashti antahkaranam. And behind that samashti antahkaranam also what is there? Chaitanyam eva. Therefore, anything existence is proved only because of the association, because of its shining. Okay. Because of its jnanam. That is the first quarter of this sloka. So, what is the first quarter? The existence of a thing is not proved without the knowledge of a thing. Okay. Then we go back to the old sloka, previous sloka, and come to the second step. Knowledge of a thing, an inert thing, It is not possible without association of this Chaitanya. Therefore he says, Achitaha bhanam, the knowledge of an inert object. So the existence of an inert object is not possible without knowledge. And the knowledge of an inert object is not possible. Chitaha rite. Achitaha bhanam, the knowledge of an inert object. Narte, narte, if you split, narte is not possible without chitaha, without the awareness, that is I, the Atma. Okay. So therefore, I am Sarvagataha is established now. With this first line, my Sarvagatatvam is established because whatever is shining, knowledge is there, and wherever knowledge is there, it is not intrinsic. Since it is not intrinsic, it is associated with me, and since it is associated with me, I am Sarvagataha. With that, Sarvagatatvam point is over. Now, in the second line, he is going to establish another thing. Very important and interesting thing. What is that? Okay, I accept. What is that? You have got association with every object in the world. You are a very important person. Okay. You are VIP. You have got association with all. But you are now in trouble because since you are associated with objects, association requires minimum two. That means you are accepting that there is a world with which you are associated. There is a world with which you are associated. Tasmad agatam kim dvaitam. I want to knock you off some way or the other. Okay, tvam sarvagataha asi akashavati. Yadyapi akasaha sarvagataha, tathapi akasaha yatha sadvayaha. Akasha may be all-pervading, but other than Akasha, there is Vayu, Agni, Apasputivi. So Akasham is not non-dual. At least there is a Vijatiya Bheda. Something other than Akasha is there. Similarly, what will happen? Chaitanya may be all-pervading like Akasha, but other than Chaitanyam, there is something called Jadavastu. Dharalamachi. So therefore he has to say now that it is not there, duality is not there. And how does he establish that? He establishes by a peculiar logic that what is the relationship between the Chaitanyam and Jadam? This is the question he asks. What is the relationship between Chaitanyam and Jadam? That is consciousness and an inert object. And if both of them were equally real, the Sambandha must be some type. If both of them are real, the certain sambandhas are said, certain relationships between two real objects are said in the Nyaya Shastra. Various types of relationships between two equally real objects are said in the Nyaya Shastra. And if any such sambandha is established, then both of them are equally real. If no such sambandha is established, then equal reality cannot be attributed. Konja nyayam. Okay. Okay, what are the sambandhas? One type of sambandha that Naiyayikas talk about is samyogaha. Samyogaha means what? The association is called samyoga sambandha. Just like your dress and your body, or by screwing you just, or the pot and rope, you tie a rope around the pot. They are all called samyoga sambandha, contact, association, etc. And this sambandha is not possible. This is the first sambandha which we do not agree. Why? I talked about this, if you remember, in when the third verse, I think. Isn't it? Nasvatah pratyabhijnanat niramshatvanna chanyataha. In fourth shloka, you can go home and read, if you go. So, niramshatvanna chanyataha, in that context I said, contact between two objects is possible only if they have parts. Sa avayavayoho madhye eva samyoga. Many logic, many reasons are there. One such reason is savayavayoho. Between one part of the rope and one part of the pot, there can be a sambandha. When you shake hands, one part of your body and one part of the other's body is contacted. When there is contact between table and dais, one part of the table or desk and one part of the table is associated. Similarly, if Chaitanyam and Jada must have sambandha, there must be part for both of them. Jadam can have part, but Chaitanyasya niravayavatva. Since Chaitanyam does not have any part, you cannot say the head of Chaitanyam is in contact, tail of Chaitanyam is in contact, back portion of Chaitanyam, even back, front, etc. are part, remember. Need not be head, etc. Even Purva Bhaga, Paschima Bhaga, Uttara Bhaga, Dakshina Bhaga, Urdhva Bhaga, Adho Bhaga, even directions are parts only. So therefore, Samyoga Sambandha is not possible. Then another type of sambandha they talk about is Samavaya Sambandha. It is called inherence, relationship of inherence. Inherence means what? So closely. The difference between is only one portion of Nyaya alone. Don't think that we are going to get permanent headache. In the portion matra ganja. So as the very word shows, inherence relationship being inherent, it will be inseparable. Whereas Samyoga Sambandha being contact, it will be separable. That is the difference between Samyoga Sambandha and Samavaya. In Samyoga, you can separate it. In Samavaya, it is permanent. You can never separate it. Okay. Now, between Chaitanyam and Jadam, why can't you say that Chaitanyam is inherent in what you call Jadam, at least Sukshma Shariram? Something inherent relationship, why can't you say? No, that is not possible. Because the Naiyayikas themselves say that inherent relationship is possible only between 4 or 5 types of things. They enlist a few things. Only between those 4 pairs, 5 are there, I will tell only 4, because the 5th one is only relevant to Nyaya Shastram. Therefore, the 4 pairs they talk about, only among these 4 pairs, we can have inherent relationship. So one pair they talk about is substance and property. Substance and property can have inherent relationship. A substance cannot be separated from its property. Like fire cannot be separated from heat. Ice cannot be separated from cold. So therefore, guna gunino or dravya gunayoho, gunina dravyam nartam. So guna dravyayoho or dravya gunayor madhye samavaya sambandha. Then the second thing they talk about is the relationship between a species and a member. Jati vyaktyo, species and a member. Human being and the humanity. Can you separate? He is a human being but not a member of humanity. Gotva rahita gauhu siddhyativa. A cow without cowness, cow species is not possible. They are always inseparable. Species and a member. And the third thing they talk about is an actor and the action. Kriya kriyavato is samavaya sambandha. You cannot separate the action from the agent. So when I am talking, my talk cannot be separated from me. Don't think I am recording. No. Then the sound will become the property of the cassette or recorder. That is all. When it is talking, that will be the dravyam, that will be the kriyavan, and the shabda will be the action, the sound. Therefore, action and the agent cannot be separated. Between them also there is what you call samavaya sambandha. And the last one is the relationship between the part and whole. Avayava, avayavino. Between the part and whole. The sambandha is what? Samavaya. You can never separate part from the whole. Then the whole will become holy. It cannot be separated. Therefore, only in these 4, and the 5th case I said that is not relevant to here. If between Chaitanyam and Jadam, if we can establish any one of these 4, then Samavaya Sambandha is possible. Idu naalla edavudhu ondala varada pakkanam. Can you say Dravya Gunam? The relationship between Chaitanyam and Jadam is between Guna and Guni, can you say? You cannot say, because Chaitanyam is neither Gunam nor is it Guni. Chaitanya se Nirgunatvat. Chaitanyam is neither Gunam nor Guni. Then second, between member and species, Chaitanyam does not come under any species relationship.